Hello, welcome back to Spirit Speaks.
Welcome,
Bernette.
Rebecca.
And once again, we're here to share wisdom, guidance, and healing with you. It's what we do on this channel. And
Yes.
today it's going to be a bit about healing. And I'm going to have Mom, Rebecca, kind of lead this. But just so you know, what we're going to talk about today is energy healing, spiritual healing, hands on healing, Reiki,
Oh,
and yeah.
notice I said, oh.
So and really because it has so many different names, people call healing through energy different names based on where they come from, and
Very true.
but it's all one healing source and healing power that flows through.
Yeah.
And what we want to talk about is giving you some kind of an intro to what this is. So not a class or not a lecture, but a little intro into what this is and why it's important, why we've delved into it, and what it's good for. So that you might be able to then explore it more on your own if it's something that you want to incorporate into your spiritual practice or your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we will obviously be, there'll be some wisdom coming through us that we're going to have to draw from above.
Yeah,
And
because I have no idea.
yeah, I kind of just threw
Was
this at her.
yeah. So there's no preparation for this.
And I did
We'll
that
see
on
what it
purpose
comes.
because she would feel like she needed to go and write like a whole class just to talk about this and research. And I said, I wanted to come from your heart and come from spirit. So that I just threw
Okay.
this on her so she couldn't prepare besides
Yeah.
being spiritually led in what you already know and have in your heart.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. So just a little background. We're both Holy Fire Reiki Masters and the Sui Reiki Masters.
Mm-hmm.
And she's more master teacher, which is why she's going to lead this, where I use it, but I don't teach so much. Not the Reiki and the healing aspect of it, but you teach it. And she has a passion for this. Truly, like she's got a passion for this, which I find inspiring and which I think might be helpful in you kind of relaying why it's important, what people can do with it, and what it is. So let's start with kind of what is energy healing, and then Reiki falls in under that as one of the tools people use.
Well, this is true. It, most people, when they think about healing, they think about the physical healing. They think about getting well, getting rid of things that physically affect our bodies.
Mm-hmm. Which is important.
That's
Mm-hmm.
very important. However, preceding that are the spiritual things that happen in our bodies and in our spiritual bodies that manifest in our physical bodies that need to be healed first to prevent a lot of the physical things going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, the energy healing has more to do with, well, first of all, energy. Everything is energy.
Just like everything is
Everything,
consciousness.
yes,
If you watched our last video on
yeah.
the body.
Everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so energy healing has to start with healing your energy. Yeah, yeah, me too. It, it it has to start with healing your energy.
Mm-hmm.
So if your energy is off, and then what do we look at when we look at energy? I think we call it different things. We call it people who are not metaphysical or open or awake consciously will say vibe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like her vibe, or I didn't get a vibe from this. You didn't get the right energy from it, is what you're actually
And you
saying.
might be awake and still call it vibe,
You might
especially if
cut
you're more
right.
old school.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then another thing with the energy might be described as attitude. When the attitude is off, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling
Feeling,
right, or
yeah.
the mood, I'm not in the right mood. That's because your energy is off.
Yes.
And so anytime the energy is off, the energy is not in alignment with your divine self or with the divine
Mm-hmm.
design for your life, that's when you need the healing, is when the energy is off kilter. You need to bring it back to center with spirit.
Right. Right.
So basically, that is what energy healing is, bringing us back into alignment
Yeah.
with spirit
We need to
or
shift.
God. Or, yeah, we need to shift it back into alignment. And there are things that cause our energy to be off. Some things are physical, and then some things are not physical. They're more spiritual. They're
Life things.
yes, just
Living on this planet
right,
can throw you
right.
off sometimes.
Watching the news can throw your spirit off. You know,
Life stressors, work,
right?
family,
Negative,
money.
anything that's negative can
Mhm.
throw you off if you allow it. But I
Right.
like to tell people, and I like to tell myself and say that everything is a choice.
Everything is.
Everything is a choice,
And
no
how you
matter,
respond is
it's
a
a
choice.
choice. Everything is a choice and how you respond. So you can allow yourself to be thrown off and need the spiritual healing, and you can choose to have the energy healing or the spiritual healing. And a lot of people say, well, spiritual healing, what is that? Why would you go? Well, first of all, you have to understand what spirit is and what are the spiritual aspects of ourselves. And then we understand that we need spiritual healing when those spiritual things are off. When when I'm susceptible to being angry a lot, that's a spiritual thing that's going on in me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a choice to bring that back into alignment. There's something in me that needs healing, and most of the time it's pain. Almost everything that we are susceptible to that's negative has there's a deeper root of something else going
Mm-hmm.
on inside of
It
us
has to be healed.
that needs to be healed. And that is the energy healing and the spiritual healing that we try to get at. It's not trying to take the headache away, it's trying to get at what may cause the stress that brings the headache that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be healed. So it's like not just looking at the surface of what's going on in our lives,
It's going
but
below.
going deeper, just
Mm-hmm.
going to the next level. And one way to find out what it is always ask, what else is there? Peel off a layer.
Peel off some layers.
What
Like,
else
yeah.
is there? Peel that layer off. What else is there? And when
You have to be ready.
you don't ask if you're not
Yeah, you
ready,
have to be ready to
because
deal with it.
you will see what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
And once it's uncovered, what are you going to do with that? I want to go back one moment to when we were saying everything is a choice, because Spirit said everything is a choice, but, and this is the but, some choices are more difficult. Not every choice is easy to make.
Very
And
true.
so, even though you may be in situations or have gone through situations that were terrible, how you respond to it after the fact, how you respond to it later, that's the choice. That's the choice where you can decide if you are going to be a victim or if you're going to be the hero in your own life and own your story
Oh, that was
and be
great.
yeah and own it and become stronger and not let it control you. And that takes away some of the power of pain is when you begin to say, yeah, this happened, but I'm stronger because of it, but I'm working through it, I'm working on myself, I'm becoming who I want to be in spite of. And I
Mm-hmm.
think so that choice isn't that I chose, and because we're not going to get into that right now, I chose for this terrible experience. But when we know that everything is a choice, we know that we have certain experiences to help us grow, to help us learn, to balance karma, to to do other things in soul development for our soul.
Yes.
That doesn't make it easy, doesn't make it any easier to swallow. And when you're in this lifetime going through it, it doesn't make it feel any better.
This is very true. But then that's where spiritual and energy healing comes in.
Right.
That helps you go through it,
And
helps
maybe
you bear it,
balance it.
helps you make the better choice.
Mm-hmm.
So Don't deny yourself the spiritual healing or the energy
Just
healing.
because something happened bad doesn't mean you can't be healed.
You can always get through it, and you can always heal from it. You just have to be willing to do the work. Like Ayana says, you have to be willing to do the
In
work.
anything, you have to be willing.
To do the work.
Because when you start doing it, when you start pulling back those layers, it will uncover pain. It will uncover the things
And it
that
may
hurt.
not be what you think it is.
Hmm.
It may be what you think was nothing at the time, but you buried it, and then everything else just started building on top of it. And then nothing happened to it, and then it starts to fester and gets really ugly and affect everything else on top. So you have to peel those layers off.
Because your foundation is
Messed up.
Yeah.
Yes. I know I have a family member who had a situation happen in his life, and he has not yet been able to forgive this situation, this person. And when I spoke with him, he said, it's not that easy, and I'm struggling with forgiveness. And I said to him, I think it's deeper than this situation that just happened to you. I think if you peel off the layers, you're going to find that there's something else deeper that has affected you that you've never dealt with.
And it's just coming out.
And it's coming out now.
With this situation.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
So it's something to think about. And we all have these situations because we all have life. And we all have things happen to us. And we all we all have had to grow up in families that were dysfunctional. I don't know anyone who had a perfect family.
Right.
We all had dysfunctional families. And so those dysfunctions have caused a lot of things to be in us from childhood that we think, oh, get over it. Oh, it was nothing.
What does that mean? It just means press it down.
Exactly.
Press it down.
Get over it is get on top of it and just press it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what getting over it is.
Yeah, literally. You just stomp it into the ground and
act like it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still there. And at some point, it's going to raise its head, and you will have to deal with it, because everything that's happened in our lives affect who we are.
It's part of us.
It is a part of you.
Yeah.
It's always there.
It is, and it affects you now, and it affects where you go from now.
It does.
And it affects the people in your life.
It does. It does. They can't figure out what in the world's wrong with you. and and it has nothing to do with them. You know, we're arguing with people about things that have nothing to do with them. It always has to do with us. And it never fails. It doesn't matter what you're arguing with someone else about. It really is not about them. It's really about what's going on inside of you that you're not addressing. But we always look at the other person and says, I don't know what's wrong with them. Or, it's always their fault. No. Whatever you're dealing with, it's inside of you.
And they're dealing with something else too if they're arguing with you.
Yeah.
Y'all may be arguing about two different things. Masking as something else. You're arguing over the apple, and it's really about the fact that somebody stole your apple pie when you were 4 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the kind of things that actually need healing. That is the healing.
So what is healing? And what does it mean to go through spiritual healing? So as I'm taking this to perspectives of Reiki, which is the tool.
That is one tool.
That's the tool that both of us have.
Okay, so Reiki is basically universal energy that we all have, but that those who are trained actually learn how to channel that energy so that that energy goes where it should go and bring about healing and shifts in people. I can tell you it will shift you.
Oh yeah.
I was dealing with a situation. Well, it wasn't really a situation, it was just something going on inside of me. this feeling inside of me that I knew wasn't in alignment. It just wasn't right. But I never shared it with anybody. To this day, I still haven't shared it with anyone. My friend gave me a Reiki treatment. I never felt anything. I thought, mm. However, I realized after that healing that that issue was no longer an issue. It shifted it, brought my energy back into alignment with who I really should have been and how I should have been feeling. I haven't had an issue with it since.
And it's interesting because you said you didn't feel anything in
I
the
didn't,
moment.
right, I didn't.
And sometimes Reiki is like that. Sometimes you feel something, sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
And sometimes what you're feeling has, sometimes you may be feeling one thing and it's something else, somewhere else that you weren't even feeling that gets shifted.
That's the thing that Reiki does. Mm-hmm. It will shift you. I can tell you that. Well, you remember this. I used to be a football fanatic.
Yes.
I fanatic. Sunday, don't even call me, because I'm watching football all day. Red zone, the whole works. It was crazy. It was insane.
You were leading like several teams.
6 football fantasy teams. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I was out of control. After taking the Reiki class and getting the attunement for Reiki, mm-hmm. It shifted that football thing. I lost. I pretty much lost it all. I am no longer a football fanatic. I hardly even watch football.
Yeah, you don't.
I hardly watch it. Now, a lot of people might not want that because
you love football.
You love football, and you don't want that kind of shift. But mine was out of control. Mine was out of control.
Yeah,
it was out of control.
It's like, what are you doing, Mom? I got my brackets and my
oh my goodness, all my
kinds of
my sheets
stuff.
And watching my players and it was crazy.
But you were good at it, but it
was
a bit much.
Oh yeah.
It was a bit much. So Reiki can shift. It can shift you on the spiritual level, emotional level, mm-hmm. mental level, and physical level.
And even shifting all of those emotional, spiritual, mental things actually shifts the physical many times, because most of the times when we feel things manifest in the physical, it's already been done, mm-hmm. in the spiritual, the emotional, and the mental anyway.
It's like it works its way down.
Yes.
And when you don't deal with it on one level, it goes to the next level. And when you don't deal with it on that level, it goes to the next level. When you don't deal with it on that level, it goes to your body.
And now you feel it. Now you have to deal with it.
Now you can't deny it anymore. You can try. Some people still try to deny it even when they're feeling things in their body. And if you watched our little discussion on the body, your body has a consciousness and your body tries to tell you things. So don't ignore your body when your body's telling you something's off, because by that time it's already worked its way, mm-hmm. from the ethers to this physical body.
Yes. Unforgiveness is one of those kind of things that, and the spirit works and eventually breaks down, mm-hmm. the immune system of the body, and we see manifestation of a lot of physical things.
Yeah. Lack of forgiveness and closing off the heart. People who have been hurt so much that they cut off their heart and cut off themselves to relationships and love, mm-hmm. even love of self.
Yes, there's a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Manifest into the body as well.
And in the same way, when we love, when we're happy, when we're in alignment with the divine, that also manifests in our bodies. Mm-hmm. We're healthier.
And you look more vibrant.
You do. I was going to say that. Yeah. You do. You look vibrant.
We must have got that at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it works for us or it works against us.
I just thought about when you see someone newly in love and they just look different. Something's
Yes.
different about them, and they look.
It.
You look like you're glowing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The energy
It's coming from inside.
energy does manifest physically.
It does.
It does. And so if your energy is not manifesting the way you want it to manifest physically, where it's positive, then you need energy healing, physical healing, so that the manifestation can be positive
Yeah.
and you can look vibrant and you won't age as much, or you look younger.
Mm-hmm.
Your cells renew them.
Rejuvenate.
Yeah, they rejuvenate. um, there was something
That's
else
what I'm working on.
there, there was I was gonna add something to that.
Your cells look younger, rejuvenate. Your body fixes itself.
um, something about the healing of the body, but it may come back to me.
But our bodies are powerful. Our bodies are very powerful. They have their own consciousness. And when we work with it, and we work with spirit, and we work with our energetic selves, because we all have energy.
Yes, we do.
We're all energy. And so some people think, well, I can't, do energy healing on myself, or I can't do it because I don't know how to connect. We all have.
We're already connected.
We're all connected.
We're only disconnected in belief or understanding
Mm-hmm.
and knowledge. But everything is energy, and this energy in us. Now remember I said everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
The energy in us comes from God. So if the energy comes from God, then that's a part of God in us.
Yes.
So as long as we are using the energy correctly, or we're in alignment with that divine design
Mm-hmm.
in us, we walk in healing and wholeness. When we get off of that, or we get sidetracked with misunderstandings and impatience and unforgiveness, and those things take us out of alignment.
Yeah, they do. We have to find our way back to center.
We do.
And healing helps, as well as meditation, other mindfulness practices, and energy healing can be considered a mindfulness practice, because you incorporate some intention, which is a lot of this. You incorporate intention.
Everything is intention.
Yes, and into your own healing. And so, if you haven't ever had healing done like this, look it up. I encourage you to do some more research. Google it, Bing it, however you know, however you research. Look it up, and it doesn't hurt to try it. And at worst, you feel better, or you feel nothing, and then something's working on the
Yeah,
underneath the surface that you realize later. But
you will feel you will feel better. You will be happier. You'll be more at peace. It won't be difficult to love.
yeah, and this could be over multiple sessions.
Mm-hmm. Over time.
Yeah.
I had to ask for love because I thought I had a lot of love, and but I realized that I didn't. When push came to shove, I realized that I didn't, and I had to forgive. And once I was able to learn how to forgive and let things go, it was easier to just love without judgment, love without any strings attached. Less things throw me off now.
We could all use a little of that, I think.
Yeah.
That's helpful that would be helpful for a lot of
that's
people.
a part of the healing.
But well, good. If you've ever tried Reiki, what's your experience been? Share that with us in the comments. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Yes.
We are at spiritspeakschannel.com, Spirit Speaks Channel on YouTube, and of course Spirit Speaks on YouTube and Spirit Speaks Channel on Facebook. And we are on Instagram at Spirit Speaks Channel as well. Drop us a question, send us an email, let us know what you think, and if you have questions or if there's anything that we can help you with.
And also, I'd like to add is that Reiki can be done by distance.
Absolutely, because it's energy.
It's energy.
And thankfully, energy is not contained in
Anywhere.
space. Yeah,
It's just everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, start to add something else. But yes, Reiki can be done by distance. So if anyone's interested, I do. Well, we both do Reiki.
Mhm.
I do more than she does. But let us know. Let us know.
All right. Well,
All right.
thanks so much. Again, drop your comments below. Let us know what you thought, what you think, and if you might give Reiki or energy healing a shot, at least research it, learn more about it, because it can be a very powerful tool in healing not just ourselves, but our society.
It can. It can, because you can send Reiki to anything. I send Reiki to my family. I send Reiki to situations that I know I have coming up. I send Reiki to trips when I'm going to take them. I send Reiki to situations that I'm dealing with. I Reiki my room. I Reiki the bed. I
For
sleep
food.
better. I Reiki my
Yep.
food. Oh my goodness. You can use Reiki for everything.
You can. And when you think about it, some people, you see, pray over everything. Prayer is a form of energetic intention setting.
Mm-hmm.
Reiki is a form of energetic intention.
Yes.
So just like people might pray over a lot of things,
Yeah.
you can Reiki over
A lot of things. And
Yeah.
I do.
It's one of the tools that we have in our
Yes.
spiritual toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer, Reiki, healing,
Yes.
spiritual guidance. So all of that stuff. All right.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching. Again, we're Spirit Speaks, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you did not see the one on bodies, please check that one out. It was posted right before this one. Very, very good discussion we had.
Yes, on the body. All right, we're so glad that you've joined us, and like and subscribe if you have not already. And we look forward to seeing you and having you with us next time.
Thanks so much.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.